guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to fill in your brows. So I have done this video in Spanish in the past before, but I wanted to also do it in English. That way, if you do not speak Spanish, you can still learn how to fill in your brows. So if you'd like to see how I do it, please keep watching this video. So before I start filling in my brows, I do want to show you the different products that you can use to fill in your brows depending on the type of brow you have and the look you're going for. So you can use a brow powder. This one I really like. This is the Sigma Color and Shape Brow Powder Duo in the shade medium. As you can see, I've hit pan on this one because I really like it. Brow powders are very good for a person with a fuller brow. If you just have like a few little sparse areas that you need to fill in, brow powders are so good for that because they give you a more natural look and they're easier to blend out. So brow powders I do really like, and the product will last you a long time because a little bit goes a long way. Another thing you can use is a brow pomade. This is the one I'm going to be using today, and this is by LA Colors in the shade dark brown. Brow pomades are for those of us who prefer a more stronger brow and a more clean brow, because with the brow pomade you can be a little more precise and they will last you the longest because a little bit of product goes a very long way. This one has 0.11 ounces and that's very good. I've had this one for over a month and I've barely made a little dent into it. And that's what I'm going to be using today. Another option is a brow pencil. Brow pencils are for those of you who are always on the go and want to just quickly fill in your brows and you're done. Brow pencils are very convenient because they already have the spoolie on one side and then the actual product on the other side. So for these, you don't need to use a brush. You can just fill them in and blend it out. The only thing about brow pencils is that they are not going to last you as long because obviously in this little compact you can't fit in as much product. So if you're someone who just wants to quickly do a brow, or if your brow is already pretty full, you just want to give it a little touch up, brow pencils are very, very good because you can just carry them in your purse, do it in your car. You don't need a lot of things to use a brow pencil because everything is here. For today, I'm going to be using, as I told y'all, the LA Colors Brow Pomade. And obviously for the pomade and the powder, you're going to need to use a brush. This is one of my favorite brushes to use. It is a Moda Pro line brush, BMX 498. And this is one of my favorite brushes specifically for brows because it's very easy to work with. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is brush through your brow. As you can tell, I've already done one. I'm just brushing through my brow with a little spoolie. And now I'm going to start. I'm going to dip into my pomade. I'm just going to start with a little bit because I know how the product works. And as I always tell you, you can always add more. It's a lot difficult to take away. First, you need to line your brow. I'm just following the natural shape of my brow. But if your brow is very sparse, this is how you can know where to start and where to end. Line your brush up to the side of your nose, and that will be your starting point. And then if you angle your brush, touching your nose, the corner of your eye, that will be the end of your brow. Stop right here. Brow pomades are best for those of you who do not have a lot of brow because you can easily just draw them in. So once I have underlined my brow, now I'm going to start filling in just slowly. And I just slightly slanted my brush a little bit because I want to follow the way my hair grows. Now I'm going to line the top of my brow. Next, you're gonna work on your little tail, which is the end part. For me, this is the part that is a little more sparse. So usually I do have to put a little more product on the end. And with whatever is left over on your brush, I'm not gonna dip it again. I'm now going to do the front part. This part, I'm just going to brush up. This is the part that you want to be lightest on your brow. So you don't want to use a very heavy hand. Once you've done that, now you're going to take your spoolie once again, and you're just going to brush through your brow so that you can blend in the pomade and also see if you have any sparse areas, any little spots you may have missed. This is just going to spread out the product. And then on the front part, I'm just going to brush up like this, just to make my brow look a little lighter right here. And I'm just looking to see if I have any little areas that I need to add a little more product so that my brows look the same. I'm gonna add a little bit right here, but I think that my brows look pretty similar. Remember, they're not gonna be perfectly even most of the time, but let's try. To clean up my brows, I'm gonna be using the LA Colors Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer. It looks like this. And I'm gonna be using the shade Light. I like this one a lot because this one has a brush tip, which makes it so much easier to clean up your brow. And I'm just going to go under here. This is kind of like, just pretend this is kind of like an eraser. It's also going to clean up any product that you brought too low, or if you have any little baby hairs that you want to cover, this will do that as well. I go ahead and bring the product down because I use it as my eyeshadow base. And now I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to carefully pat that in. And last, I'm going to set it with a little bit of translucent powder. I'm going to use this one, the Coty Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage. And that is it. I think this was probably one of the easiest tutorials I've ever done, but I really hope that this was helpful for any of you who are struggling to fill in your brows. You can essentially do the same steps using both the pencil, the powder, and the pomade, depending on what look you are going for. I'm not going to clean up the top of my brow because I don't like my brow to look too perfect. I'd rather leave it like that. But if you do like that look, you can always do just how I cleaned up under it, you can clean up above it. But that is your choice. And that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your family and friends who maybe need a little help with their brows. And I will see you guys next time.